leaving one backer in here and walking the other backer way outside of the box. So now I have a man for everybody, and now I am counting on one of our guys to actually beat their one-on-one to be able to tackle the running back. So when we get back on defense, just kind of look at that. So if they start running the ball a lot and we're wondering why they're getting a lot of yards up the middle, this is why. It's because he's standing out here, and I think he should be back in here.
There you go, Isaiah. Thank you. Thank you.
Have to switch that camera back.
Another new offensive wrench put in. We'll talk about a little bit later.
It's much cooler over there.
Yeah, right.
Tell Calvin he need to put some fans over on this side.
All right. I don't know if this is on.
You just look at the board. Already we done missed the whole the whole drive, 3 and out that fast.
I saw the crossbuck. So they ran a crossbuck, which I guess that's what it ran on us last week. They stole that play. So we got like 1 first down or 2 first downs?
1. Just the 1.
But no turnovers.
I really don't like how it really bothers me they walk this backer out so far.
It's not going to change.
Because it seems like you just get in the trips and run gap scheme, pull a guard. Who's going to help?
That's what I don't know. Well, you know it.
Yep, and then it snuck the tight end out.
Still 7 yards. He came from the bottom?
No, he came from up top.
Fake?
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to hurry up. What's going on?
I don't know.
He ran way over there for that?
He didn't know he was
going the wrong way.
Oh!
Who was that?
Caleb Downs. Good Lord.
Yeah.
Welcome. Caleb Downs. Welcome to college.
Come on, Kool-Aid.
They're going fast now.
No, go ahead. As long as you don't unplug anything.
Ready. Yeah, see it's right again.
4 in the box or 5? It's 5, really. 5 in the box. All right. Oh, you got a better
4-6. Punt team. Oh, I think I left my phone over there. I was supposed to be checking to make sure the stream's okay, but
over where?
Oh, I guess I can check on my computer.
You really find your phone. I don't see it. Uh-oh.
Was it a
Bama
fake?
ball.
Or we muffed it?
Hit one of our guys. Come on. Let me see. Replay.
Come on, man.
That's a big mistake. Well,
Special teams coordinator might be on the hot seat.
oh, that's from put under review, so that's. What if I can use this mic on the podcast night? How it would sound.
I don't know. I'd have to hear it.
I really don't know how well it picks up right here compared to.
Huh?
So I don't know how well it picks up, from here to. Sound really good when you have it up by your mouth, for sure. That's not good. Player to watch. What time are they playing?
Oh, I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, but what would you need?
Come on, yeah, what's it? So far? Huh? You serious? You were here, that's right. Oh, I need to show these off, yeah. Hey, roll tide. The quarterback switch, ain't nothing good happened yet, so I mean, I think most of us kind of knew it was going to happen at some point in time during the season.
Well, I mean, I suppose as long as he doesn't throw 2 interceptions, then it'll be a switch worth making.
We'll see the next week when we play Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
You got to win this one first.
So that's going to be the playbook all year. Throw it over the top because we're faster than these dudes.
What are you tapping out?
Tired.
They told him get back in there and look.
He said, "Coach, y'all had me run all. We went up tempo the whole time. Then we punted, and then you gave me 2 40-yard bombs."
Well, the stack down here again. Oh, good blitz. This.
Ball's out.
Come on, baby.
Boom. He's down.
Oh. Good hit.
How far is this? $45.
It's good. All right, Bama. It's time to go now. I don't know what I expected. I would have lost that bet if we just said they got on the board first.
Well, they probably wouldn't have had we not muffed a punt.
Hey. By the way, your son can eat.
I know. And he get mad anytime you got something and he don't. Yeah, even if he got something in front of him.
He just already ate too. He grabbed something like, I want some.
It don't matter what it is. All he has to do is even just hear the plastic bag.
I need a TV like right there.
Oh, Calvin's sitting right there. Let him know.
They told me that TV got Roku, so I should be able to put a Roku stick in this TV. John said it was Roku.
Well, if you said that if it's already got Roku, you don't need a stick. It's got Roku built in.
So I just have to find out where his remote is to get to Roku. Is that what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'd ask him. I guess he can.
Oh, Georgia's losing.
South Carolina. I predict 53-13 by the time. I'm gonna get one more of those. Please.
No, but can I get some cheese sticks though? Thank you.
Maybe try that BLT. What did I say?
I can't read it. That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of pressure.
We got to see something offensively now.
Thank you. Yeah, it's no time. He should be settled now. At least get. Let's see. We really say we got 2 first downs for real.
This kickoff they got is a little funky.
Okay, here we go. Oh, we're going to the house too. All for naught.
Is that Terry Arnold or is that somewhere else?
Number 3. Yep.
Holding.
Notre Dame ain't rolling very well either. Look at them. How many penalties we got on the year?
Terrible. Just terrible.
Okay.
Let me see who it is. Who did? Yeah, you can't do that, sir. Yeah, you can't do that.
Good call. I'll put the penalties on here. Well, no.
Grady's big head's in the way. I can't see.
Inside zone.
Anyway, 2 for 5 passing for 12 yards.
Yep.
Nice.
We got 29 total yards. They got 24. Time possession, they got 5 minutes. We got 2.5. I don't have the penalties on here. Oh, there it is. Well, that's a 0 for 0.
Got a timeout going.
Need to refresh.
I guess I need to just look at YouTube.
Oh, see if it's even up. Cause he asked for my personal one too. I was like, I ain't never sent nobody to my personal one.
During the commercial break, my connection is not very good in here though. Oh, well, this is what it looks like. Yeah.
It looks good. Yeah.
And it's delayed. It's like a.
So they waiting to see if TV pop up? Or
No, I think it's just a 10-second delay because it says if you don't want to get a delay, then it gains.
Oh, so they got a little message on there.
Yeah, no, that is the. If you're watching it on YouTube, this is what it looks like.
Where's Snazzy?
Yeah.
Where's Snazzy? Technology, man. So I want to ask Calvin about that. Because you should just be the regular TV remote. How do you get to the YouTube to show the YouTube channel?
There's an app.
So, okay.
Seems like Calvin need to be selling buckets instead of, sell the whole thing by a bucket. Just get 6 instead of selling them individually.
Yeah.
You got an interesting story from your daughter-in-law today. She said her and her mother were talking about football at work and mentioned Alabama, and the lady next to us shouted "Roll Tide." She said Bethy piped up and said, "Oh, well, her father-in-law played for Bama, and this lady graduated from Bama." And she said they asked if they knew who you were, and she said, "Of course I do." And she said she graduated from Bama and that her husband's a huge Cowboys fan. Turns out the lady is second cousins with Terrell Owens.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Talk about small world, good Lord. I guess we'll definitely tell them not to put the table here next time, huh? This is we consider the back of the room?
Yeah. Probably should have put it over where Grady set his table up at.
Yeah, because he said they were putting the other chairs over there. But those chairs aren't normally over there. You know, that's the karaoke area. What we got here? 12 personnel again?
Right, so we're back on offense. Is it 12?
Two tight ends down here.
Oh, no, that wasn't a tight end. That's a tackle.
Don't read.
He must have been tackle eligible then.
Oh, Todd. Huh?
Oh, no. I actually put the game right here.
No.
Thank you.
What we need to get Calvin. I want to ask him something about one of these TVs. See, I can't ever tell who's in the slot.
It'd be nice if you could send your podcast to one of the small TVs.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Even just for. He told me those are like
Smart.
John told me something over there are smart.
It's
And this
smart
one over here.
TV, I could send it from my phone. If we could pair it with it.
Well, I don't know that was right.
That don't look good.
Both guys going like this.
It's O-line. And then
Well,
quarterback.
They almost ran into each other. No, you didn't see the.
It was two receivers. Third and 9. On our own half.
Both of them on the line of scrimmage.
Hey.
Bro, that's not good. What up?
Look at those damn shoes.
Hey, how are you?
With your buds the other night.
Who my buzz?
Dallas Startup Week. Aikman was there. A couple other. Travis Frederick was there.
Okay.
And they were all talking about going from being a professional athlete into the real world. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, can you squat a little bit? Just a little bit. He's like 6'5". And he's gangster.
Big dude.
But it was fun, and I wanted you to come up and hear Brendan, and I can tell you about it in a little while. But there's a reason. So, and that's why I was trying to get you to come up there. And I knew it was 11th hour, but I didn't focus on because they want me to talk that shit on healthcare shit. So.
Prime time effect.
All right. Well, I don't. 18 cameras.
Nice to meet you, JT.
So my daughter, this is her mentor. Don't ask. Can't figure that one out.
He knows your daughter because they first started KB, the strength coach.
Oh,
she's been with you at least in the summertime.
Yeah, do I look like her mother?
Yeah.
You know she's 5'9", right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do I look like?
Hey,
Yeah.
Do I look like I have blonde hair and blue eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, she hit me up last week. So
Oh yeah.
Teach that child how to budget check.
Oh. You are her checkbook.
She's 26. Get off. I'm not breastfeeding anymore. That was over. It's 6 months.
Yeah.
They still got a problem with these stack screens for the boundary.
They're gonna keep throwing it.
Hey, you know who started this, right? What is that? Oh, I'm way behind. He dropped it. He was bobbling it the whole way.
Dude, we can't get first down.
Throwing in people's feet. Score points. Butker will be an all-pro.
I'll go back and watch it again. I ain't really seen no plays or even try to highlight it.
Well, you can highlight that stacked receiver because that's how Tennessee ran up the score on us last year. They kept stacking the receiver behind Jalen Hyatt and just letting him do whatever he wants to do. Or Jalen Hyatt was the stacked receiver. $10 Eastern. Colorado plays at 9. There you go. 9 p.m. Because the Pac-12 still can't. Can't tackle.
I had my notes on there on rush lanes. Did we talk about rush lanes last week?
No. By last week, you mean Wednesday or the week before that? No, we didn't.
I had on my notes to talk about rush lanes.
Now they're going up tempo again. Yep, so now they got stacked on both sides. They must have made a sub. What's going on? Again, just got one backer in the box.
They don't go for it. They don't go for it. That's why they do that.
I don't even know what I would actually do to defend it, really. I would tell my safety he can't be standing 10 yards off of the stack, though. See, look how far back he is. And then I can catch the replay right here since we're behind. They switch this.
Oh, who's on the ball?
No, who they get he came off of the point man. Well, it was a slant little stick route, and then the point man went deep, and the safety overlapped him.
Hey, were you on podcast when you did the
So what now?
You were standing at the board, you were podcasting, and you were doing.
Yeah, we were live.
Talk about how they set up. They had, I thought you had Dallas Turner.
Yeah, because we look like a 4-2, but Dallas Turner's actually an outside linebacker. So it's a 3-4 defense, and they actually just walk somebody up.
I'm just be that guy
Wow.
Are they both on the line of scrimmage? Now, just a question though. Bill can't do that. So I'm with John so far of the if he's gonna throw these balls at the receiver's feet anyway. Yeah. We should. What if we just ran Wildcat, except Milrose the. Hey, we just go back to 2009 with Mark Ingram won the Wildcat 40% of the plays. You know who has a nice downtown? You know who has a nice downtown as a city? Tampa. It's very clean.
We did. Two shoes on the ball. I don't know where they were.
Yeah, and then the guy that was off the ball was in the middle. Yeah, running back was in the backfield. I think this guy was already over here. That guy went in motion. Oh, right. Yeah, it was speed option. Yep. I don't know. It worked against us yesterday. Just formation them to death. Try to figure out who's eligible, who's not eligible. Run tempo. Oh. Yeah, that's poor. I said that's poor.
Would you find that in
Get out of here.
dirty clothes or what?
Get out. I don't know who this guy is, but I don't like him. How are you? Good.
But one of the ones I'm always talking shit to in the podcast or something. Starting something.
Looking good.
Appreciate it. He's a regular.
Pete Town was good. I did
have a good time.
He's still a Superman.
He's the one that gave us the gear meet.
What's that?
I was telling him he's the one that gave me that gear meet.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna get y'all again this year because there's 3 of us going.
Okay.
Was it you or Reese said they wanted a net?
My wife will take anything. It wasn't me that said it, so I don't know how to cook deer neck. What do you do with that?
You believe that? That must have been Reese. Yeah, we'll get y'all some
Oh, go deep. What the?
Well, at the start of the play, it didn't look like Jermaine Burton actually knew what he was supposed to be doing. Also, look, I have an official complaint. I don't know who to lodge it to because nobody's going to care. But we can't shorten the game and have all these extra rules and then have commercial breaks where you miss the first play of the series. That's ridiculous.
We get a little pass because of the rain.
You couldn't throw before. I can't throw now. It's the difference.
We can shut out the first quarter.
That's twice number 9 is not turning around.
Well, they gonna try Ty Simpson next?
Yeah, I might as well throw him in.
Dylan Lonergan gets 4 games before his red shirt is burned.
Behind Dylan, taking orders while you're from scouts.
So Ryan Fowler doesn't go to practice, or he goes to practice? He doesn't go to practice. Or does he?
I don't know.
Well, Aaron Suttles goes to practice, right? Doesn't Suttles go to practice?
No reports.
They just see him stretch or warm up, kind of like the NFL, or what?
Same as you want to do it.
I feel like got to be some kind of rule or something that you don't even get to watch him run out of the locker room. Somebody got to get some footage or something.
I think it's all done by the university.
The university releases footage. Bad passes.
Well, it's a rough go when USF has more points than Alabama has first downs through a full quarter. No idea. I didn't even look.
There was a lot of chatter last week. That's around. The jump power was real good.
Well, so how long does this go on before they decide to try either go back to Milroe or try somebody else?
You gotta get 2.5 quarters, right?
2.5.
Part of the third, you gotta give time to come back out after the halftime.
Why? I saw a full half. What do I?
You gotta make your adjustments. Maybe they're saying, hey, they did some things different. Coach can fix it a little bit.
Do we know if it's supposed to keep raining like this, or if this is just one of those things where it's going to blow over? And yeah, because they keep walking the linebacker out of the box. So now I should have brought that up. It's now when you walk the linebacker out. Oh look, John, they answered my question on the TV. But now, if you only have 5 in the box and you got your 5 linemen, but you use your running back to lead block.
Yeah, they got me back. They got 5 for 5. That's just a pitch.
Nope. We're getting the all 22 cam right now.
Other than us not playing good. It's gonna go down tomorrow. It's gonna be a good one tomorrow. We're gonna win.
It should just be every day that we tend to shower 3 to 5.
You know when you sit that alone?
I'm in the 400s.
Shoot the show and then go back.
I'll be over there in the morning. I said I'll be over there in the morning. Yeah.
I gotta go to the show, but I gotta be in the stadium.
Oh no,
The show started at 10:30. They asked me for my player to watch.
Sauce Gardner.
He had some good plays last week. Don't let me miss the next commercial. I keep missing it.
Oh, I didn't know you was trying to get up there to do a commercial. All right, we're back. Oh, they're under a weather delay. There you go. You can go. You can go. You need me to switch the camera?
Oh, yeah, I'm just going to talk about the.
I don't think you've been muted. You're not muted. Oh, here.
Charge. I only got the USB. I got these. I guess we can plug it in there. I got one slot in here. Huh? You got an extra? I don't know when it cut off, so they might not have heard that. All right. Yeah, I'll buy some tickets, but let me give a since we got a little rain delay. How many giveaways you got? Just one? Is that all? You finna give away another one or no? Turn up a little bit too. Oh no, I was just waiting for you to. Oh.
20 gets you 30.
What? Here.
10 gets you 12. All right, I use it.
Are you finna do it? Are you finna draw again?
I got to get your tickets in there, though. You got to be a player. Don't hate it.
Look at old Grady doing his thing with these tickets. I guess I should have seen what the prize was. I get to win some.
Thank you, Doc.
Oh, see, you got. Oh, that's nice.
And I'll bring the bucket.
I'll trade you 2 tickets for the umbrella.
There's 13 anywhere there. There's a 92.
I'm looking for a 13 or a 31. Oh, there's a 13. No, are you for the draw now?
What's your NFL number?
31.
All the time through, huh?
I wore 30 one time and 23 one time. Only when I couldn't get the number. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. My apologies. I was buying raffle tickets. Todd in Texas gives away good gifts too. You come out and get your raffle tickets. Can y'all see my face? I don't know. So I do need to go ahead and make the reminder, though, that if you are involved with the Todd in Texas, that there's an opportunity to win tickets to which game was that? October 7th, I think it was. A&M, Texas A&M game in Texas. You can win tickets if you're at one of our events at Bonnie and Clyde or out here at Delano Street, or you can get them online too, right? Can you just buy them online at Todd in Texas? Yes. Go ahead and do another draw.
All right, this is number 235. 235. Got a winner over here. Woo! Don't go away. We have more prizes. Everybody's going to be a winner.
235, he said. All right, so if I can get y'all attention up here again, I'm George Teague. I'm glad to be out here with y'all. We're live streaming on millions.co. It's our first time, second time actually, but our first time doing it this way, where we get to interact with people all over the country who can ask questions and do things. If you want to see what it looks like, go to million.co/George Teague and you can see it. All right, so what I want to talk to you about is one of the plays, and this is difficult, particularly when you're on defense. Last week, someone tried to do it to us. We defended it very well. So we kind of hit USF with our own deal. So this formation we call an unbalanced formation. Okay. Anybody know why we call it unbalanced? Why that's a little bit different? Anybody see anything that would catch you up? Well, this is a wide receiver, tight end. Okay, so typically this guy's on the line of scrimmage. Typically, you don't put two wide receivers on the line of scrimmage on the same side because that means this guy can't go out for a pass. Right? Okay. Without getting too complicated about it. That's the quarterback. All right. So we ran this a little while ago. And so the defense has to adjust and figure out, because there's so many people over here on this side that you tend to move that way. Well, we ended up taking this guy, sending him in motion back over to the other side, right? So now it's really balanced, but it just looks weird, looks funny, right? And then, so once he ended up on this side, that guy's still ineligible. They ran what's called a speed option that way. So the quarterback has the option to pitch it if he wants to. They used Buckner. He just ran. He got the first down. Okay, so this is schemes that you build when you have quarterbacks that are elusive and can run the ball a little bit. Probably would have been very good with Milroe and things of that nature. That what we were talking about over there. Hey, a dynamic runner like that, I could see that being it. They just left it in the playbook. So it was interesting to see that they actually ran this. All right.
Tight end could have gone out too.
Yes, he's eligible. When you say go out, he's eligible for a pass. He's eligible for a pass. So if they wanted to throw it, they could. So trivia question. Maybe we'll give it away at the next one. If you get it right, you got to raise your hand. Don't yell it. So this guy can get the ball, but how? How can he get the ball? I need you to be kind of specific. I'll give away a picture of me hitting or taking the ball from Lamar Thomas next time when I see you. But I just told you he can't go downfield and catch the ball. Which way can he? How can he catch the ball? How can he catch the ball if he can't go downfield? Grady, you're. Yeah, but that's not the answer that I'm looking for because it's different. I'm looking for a yes, sir. Oh, you got to be behind the quarterback. So that is excellent. Make sure we get his name. What's your name, sir? JJ Loden. We'll owe you a picture. So he can run backwards. It's like a bubble screen. Sometimes you'll see it like that. Quarterback can raise up and throw in the ball. Then he can go. Because really, That is not a pass. Correct? Looks like a pass, but it's not a pass. It's a lateral. So you still got to account for him when I said, hey, he can't go out for a pass. He can go backwards and get the ball. So you just can't leave him over there by himself. That's why it makes this formation very difficult, because you still got to figure out who you want to cover him. You just got to know he can't go out there. I hate this as a defensive coordinator because you got to account for him and you're wasting guys when really he's just going to block 99.8% of the time. But if it's a fast guy, he can run backwards, throwing the ball. It's a sweep. Right? Okay? All right, JT, you come up, please, sir, and talk about these adjustments that we kind of made on the back end of secondary. So if you guys hadn't met my son, James Teague, that is him. We do our podcast together on Wednesday nights here, 8:15 p.m.
Are you talking about the adjustments we didn't make that we haven't made yet?
Well, with the stack, what are you talking about with it? Yes.
Okay.
All right. So another thing that's been bugging me is how they've been lining up their outside receivers, and the problem that it's been faced that we've had with it, because not only did Texas do it, USF's doing it now, and Tennessee killed us with it. If you think about why Tennessee put up 51 points, this is why. They're stacking their receivers. It kind of doesn't really matter what's going on over here. They might do it on both sides, but they're putting two receivers stacked on top of each other at the line of scrimmage. And we're kind of lining up like this. He's about this distance right here is about 10 yards. And really all they're doing is pretty simple. Block this guy, throw the ball to this guy. 7 yards, real easy. They'll do this to the boundary to make this a shorter throw. And one of the problems that we've been having, and again, I'll go back to it, is how they're trying to keep this guy from getting the ball and making so many yards, is that we're actually putting a linebacker out here. And then they're actually leading with the running back and running with the quarterback. So now we have numbers mismatches all over the place, right? So one thing that they ended up doing worked out for us. I don't know if it'll continue to work out for us. Was when this guy ran inside and ran a little bit of a hitch, this guy ran a go, which is the opposite of what Tennessee ran, right? Tennessee did it the other way. When Jalen Hyatt decided to have, I think it was 5 catches for like 450,000 yards. I think he's still catching a ball in the end zone somewhere. They were doing something like this and just running by everybody. And this safety was just standing there flat-footed. So USF inverted it. They went like this, sent this guy deep, and we switched it. Usually, when you have the corner over the top man, he's responsible for this guy. He wants to take on the block, fight through it, and he would run with this, but they passed it off. Kool-Aid McKinstry sat on this, and the safety took this, which actually looked pretty good. This is okay until they go back to what they were doing before, throwing this guy a screen and just blocking this dude because this guy is too far away to actually make a tackle at the line of scrimmage. And from there, if this guy misses, that's 6 points. So we've got to figure out how to take this stack. Hopefully during this rain delay, they're talking about it. They'll come up with something that's in their system. But right now, I don't think they have an answer for it. Yes.
When they choose who releases who doesn't based on where the free safety is, it's all the huddle.
Typically, you call this in the huddle. Oh, yes. So he asked, will these receivers decide who is releasing where depending on where the free safety is? Or will they call it in the huddle? And the answer is usually they just call it in the huddle, especially when you got 5, 6, 7, 8 coaches in the press box that are just looking down, watching. They usually can make that determination and try to figure out what you're trying to do beforehand. And they're not just looking at this guy. They're gonna try to find tells from where the corners align, maybe where the backer is, in conjunction with where the free safety is going to line up to try to figure out what the rules are. And for all we know, the first time they ran it and that Kool-Aid switched it, it wasn't actually designed to get yards or a big play, just designed to see what are you going to do when we do something else. So then when they come back, they can say, okay, corner's going to take this one, safety's going to roll over the top, and start manipulating this in other ways. It's a good question. Anything else?
So my comment to you would be if.
So JT is the defensive coordinator at John Paul II High School as well, right? So he's played college ball, played at Hebron High School, but also as coaching. So that's why he's extremely well versed in a lot of this stuff now. All right. I wanted to see if you could talk a little bit about the change-ups that they may do on the defensive side. I know we're saying, hey, they may flip, but what kind of calls can they make with the corner and the safety or with the linebacker to make adjustments to keep the offense off balance too?
So there are a couple things. Now, again, I'll be talking from my point of view on how I would change things, not necessarily from Kevin Steele's point of view, because they're able to do a lot more things than we are at the high school level. But X's and O's are the same just about anywhere. So one thing that I would consider doing is actually just putting the corner far inside. Now, if we get some kind of bubble action, screen action, it's a much harder block to make if the corner is actually inside of this receiver instead of head up. The other thing we can do is actually just move this guy closer. Discourage throwing this negative route and trust that your safety is a 5-star athlete that can run with this dude if he takes off. Or trust your corner. We've got very good players. We don't have to – I don't feel like we don't have to sit back and wait for guys to try to run by us. We can walk a backer out to be closer. Maybe I should draw this to scale because it still looks like he's pretty far away. So we can still walk a backer out, keep the safety high. But we need, once you start moving people around, you have to think about how that affects the rest of the defense on the backside, right? Because there's still 2 other receivers over here that they can throw to. So currently we're kind of lining up like this. We got a nickel and another safety backside. This might be their first adjustment until they start deciding that they're going to run the quarterback. So before we had a problem and it was okay because they were actually handing the ball to the running back. Then later on, I think it was 3rd and something, but they ended up running a QB lead. So remember, I was talking before, we have 4 guys down on the line of scrimmage. They have 5 blockers. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we have to make we have to win a one-on-one battle to end up tackling the running back. But then what happens if they decide we're not going to give the ball to the running back, we're going to block these guys, and we're going to take the running back to be an extra blocker, and we're going to keep the quarterback. Now they have 6 guys blocking, and we've only got 5 guys to tackle because this guy's way out here. So if we're worried about any kind of screen, bubble on this side, and we want to walk our backer out, Now we have to start moving guys over. And our nickel, this is Malachi Moore. I'll go ahead and just put 13 out here. Has to move in closer so that we can help. But now he's in a bind because he has to cover this guy and he has to fold back in. So defense is hard to scheme against sometimes. Offense gets to just dictate space, try to find the conflict. But at the end of the day, we still have this relationship right here to where we can still cover this up. But anytime you move one piece, you have to remind yourself, what are we allowing to happen after that? After we move one person, we've got to have somebody that's doing the job that he used to do. That's one way. That is one way.
Any other questions? Before we get back to
Can you go over that back pass in the Texas game where he advanced the fumble, where they said that you were never had possession of the snap? But it rolled over his leg. I thought as soon as you touched it.
No.
So I didn't see the play, but it sounds like the rule he's asking about is a player not being able to advance a fumble on fourth down.
And it was off the snap.
Right. Okay.
So the quarterback, let me try to explain because he didn't watch the check.
So if I have this correctly, it is the play where they were getting ready to run the ball. It was short yardage. Quinn Ewers was underneath the center, but the center quarterback exchange was not good. So the ball rolled on the ground through the quarterback's legs. So a lot of people were saying, well, was that a illegal snap? Was it a fumble, meaning the quarterback fumbled it because the running back came, picked it up, took off, got the first down. So he's trying to get clarification on whether or not. To me, as soon as I saw it, it's a live football. I don't. Wasn't in our favor. It was a fumble, but it wasn't like it went forward. The quarterback never actually really had the. He never had possession of the ball. Just missed it. So you can pick it up. It's almost like a. It's like a direct snap to the running back.
I guess it's similar to if you're in shotgun and they snap the ball over your head.
All right, so I don't know if you heard what he said, but he said it's similar to being in shotgun, ball goes over your head. It's a fumble. You can pick it up and run with it. It doesn't matter if it rolled on the ground or went over his head. The offense can pick it up and advance it. Yes. So that's a good way to put it. It's like a kickoff, live ball. Excellent. Grady. That's why you get paid the big bucks.
Yeah.
That's why you get paid the big bucks. Okay. Well, that was our piece of football today. Yes, sir. See? You draw it up. So we talk a lot about this on our podcast. Another selfless plug about this because we've been doing a lot of drawings. It is because you got options to do that. Do you bring a guy over or do you not? When you play with 5 defensive backs, typically you're not bringing a third guy over. So, JT, if you want to draw up. But 5 defensive back.
So typically in trips, you would have your nickel to the trips. Now, there's some caveats to this because typically when you run trips, the 3 receivers are to the field. And what I mean by to the field, I mean to the wide side of the field. So you want your nickel there because there's a lot of space in here, right? Athletes in space is deadly, especially when they have speed. Now, what happened against the University of Texas is that they put And I'm going to redraw this so that it's we're thinking the edge of the board is the sideline. They were close to the sideline on the hash, and they put the trips into the boundary. Right? So now you ask the question, where does the nickel go? Does he go to the passing strength because there's 3 guys over here, or does he go to the field because there's space out here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So from here, you have to decide, where do you want your nickel? Now, Alabama decided that the nickel is going to go to the space. Is going to go to space, and they kept him out here. All right, and safety kind of moved over, but then they had a corner, another safety over here, and they walked the backer out. So this is how Alabama decided to line up. Again, on the podcast, I was also highly annoyed with this because what happened, again, numbers, right? The game, it comes down to how many people do you have on one side of the field versus how many people do I have. And I think it was the very first play of the game, was it not? So the very first play of the game, Malachi Moore standing on this side, they walked the backer out. Safety sitting at 10 yards, and they threw, you guessed it, a screen. They blocked this guy, they blocked that guy, and he ran for 7 yards because he's 10 yards off the ball. My solution to that would have been this, because I can man this guy up, and now if the backer just bumps out a little bit, I've got 4 guys to their 3. He can't catch the ball and block for himself. So screen's no good here. So I personally like to have the nickel always to the trips, into the boundary all the time. The only time that I would have the nickel to the field is if they came out in something like this and then motion this guy over 2 trips into the boundary. I don't like to have people running across the field because that's how you get even more misaligned. But if you're going to line up like this, my answer is always put the nickel to the trips. But people who get paid a lot more money than I do to coach football decided that that's not how they wanted to do it. And that's okay, too.
Running back blocker, or can he flip on out?
Oh, he can go out. He can definitely go out.
So that's why that nickel over there on that side.
It could be, but I kind of feel like that you don't need to. Well, we could talk about how we don't cover the back anyway. So
again, there's not an answer. The hard thing about it is there's an answer for everything, but you don't know what's going to happen during the play. So when you ask that, yes, but he had trips over there, but the running back can be on this side. And if you look at the way we play offense now, he actually runs out there before the snap. So he's putting another body out there. So even if you adjust like JT was saying, then they just run another guy out there before the snap. Now they got an extra body. Or he could run this way. So
I'm not worried about this, though.
Right.
Why? Because you know it's not a run. Right? If he wants to run out this way and I got a nickel over here or backer's out.
Yeah, the only thing you got left is quarterback draw.
Right. If we want to run quarterback draw, I'll take my chances on the quarterback draw. But to me, this is not scary. This is scary. I legitimately do not have enough people over here.
Yeah, that's a bad problem. And that did happen. Georgia getting smashed. I know, right? Yeah, I like Georgia getting smashed. Ooh-wee. Okay. Well, we do appreciate you guys listening here. I'll be here the remainder of the time. I don't know what he's going to do. 4:00 now. But if you guys really appreciate it, if you guys like what you hear, make sure you give us a follow on Teague's Take as well. Or if you really want to be kind, go find TeaguesFamilyScholarship.com. Drop $5 in there or something. Say we appreciate it. We have a family endowed scholarship at the university as well. So if you guys would help us pay for some books or do some things for a student at the university, that would be great as well. Thank you. All right, we'll be here. And I need to win something, and I've got all these raffle tickets. So I got to get at least one.
To your charity.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I got to make sure I have your information though, so I can get you that picture. You live local, or where do you live?
Salina.
Oh, Salina. Okay, I live in McKinney, so I can meet you.
I'll be here most Saturdays.
Can you put your name and phone number or address? Yes, sir.
So what was going through your mind when you decked Terrell? I heard your podcast about the logo.
I wanted to beat his ass. What I wanted to do. That's what was going through my mind. I really want to know. I was ready to fight. That's what I was going through my mind. Like, okay, enough of this crap.
I was listening to your thing today about the logo.
Oh, you heard it? Yeah. How do you feel about that? Am I crazy? Am I asking too much? Or, I mean, be honest, because some people are, think of it differently.
No, I mean, it's you're stepping on something you're proud of.
Yeah, I mean, we tend to think more. I think there are some people that don't really understand how much we do feel about it as players, just because, we're given opportunities. Like, we're at the university, we're at a scholarship or something that we know our families have been given opportunities. There's probably even more. I would hope it would be even more with the guys now, because now they're getting dollars, getting money. It's like having a job or something. You're a little bit more prideful in it. And so I've always believed in that it's, as much as we talk about it in the locker room of protecting your house, all the stuff we say about home for real is protecting your turf, that you should always do that, win or loss. I'm not saying that. I think people take that the wrong way, where it's like, oh, you tell them to go out there and go fight and all that stuff. No, there's a little bit of piece of, when people are trying to be disrespectful to your dealer, you can be like, hey, man, back up, ease up a little bit. And if it turns into a brawl, then okay. But at least.
You mentioned about your high school.
Right.
Well, not John Paul, when you were in high school.
Yeah.
You coached another team with like the logo.
Yeah, you need to move over, man. Just scoot over a little bit.
We got cash laying on the table now.
That was a donation.
Oh, it's amazing.
So leave it around. No, to the scholarship fund. Oh, which? Sorry, I'm talking about you.
Because my sister's like.
Hold on. Can you give that to JT?
Yeah.
Just so they can hear him on the podcast.
Wow, so they give me the microphone.
That's not a schematic issue. That's this guy's got to be better.
Just so people want to hear you.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, now, did he? Hello? Okay. I can't tell over the music, but so the question was, with Jalen Hyatt last year, how do we keep somebody from running down the middle of the field? So
I don't remember if they were stacked, but isn't that
he was
Texas? I mean, they got that guy matched up with Down, safety, or maybe it wasn't Down. They got a speedster matched up with safety, and he had to get 5 yards.
Yeah, so you have to help him, but at the same time, It's like, what do you do? I'm putting my high school cap on, right? It's like I can move an extra guy back here, but then I'm giving up this. Like, what are you okay with giving up? You want to give up this, or you want to give up that? And you say, well, I don't want to give up this. This is a touchdown. So you can move this guy back, but you're going to get screened to death. Or you can tell your 5-star safety, you're 12. He's 2 yards off the ball. You're 12 yards off the ball. He's 14 yards away from you, and you're backpedaling. You cannot let that guy. You get a 14-yard head start. He can't be over here, right? But I think it's dirty eyes.
Why wouldn't you just say, all right, Kool-Aid, you are where Hyatt is?
Well, because they can
get this guy. Like,
they can
about bumping this guy.
Well, he might not be worried about bumping this guy. That guy's gonna block him anyway. You know what I'm saying? So offenses in their pick plays, which I think should be like super illegal.
Yeah,
but
Clemson wanted.
Yeah, but they do it all the time.
Absolute, I'm going to block you. So I'm going to block the guy who's. This guy's getting the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to block you so you can't pass off.
Did they hit somebody within 3 feet of the line?
Well, in college you can bump and run all the way down the field.
That Clemson one was like, we're in
Well,
place
you
here.
get 10 yards down the field blocking somebody?
No, it was Clemson when Clemson won the thing, like they kept running this. If they run this, Bama just passes them off, right? So they don't get tripped up. So what happened is he blocked him just enough to throw him off stride, and when he came this way, Tony Brown, I think it was, tried to pass him off, but he was already kind of out of the stance, and Renfro just needed that leap.
Right, I get the pick play, but I thought right off the line,
well, it's not an obvious block. It's like you're coming close to me, and I'm gonna
disrupt the play.
I'm gonna run into you.
You're talking about on defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, on defense you can put hands. In college, you can put hands on him all the way down the field as long as the ball's not in the air. But even if we're 1 yard away from the line of scrimmage, and I'm pressing and they throw the ball over here, it's pass interference, regardless how far it is. Once the ball's in the air, you got to be hands off.
5 yards. You get
Right.
So the receiver can block downfield.
The receiver can block.
I thought the lineman has a certain amount of yards before.
Right. So the receiver also can't block downfield. They can if the ball's thrown behind the line of scrimmage. So in this case, let's make up a scenario. He runs to the safety and decides to block him 15 yards down the field, and this guy stays right here. That's legal. Ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. But he can't block and run a route. And by block, I mean he can't block and go down the field. But if he is conveniently in the way, they're never going to call it.
Well, could he knock the shit out of him and then across?
Yes. He can definitely, just like the DBs can jam and try to disrupt routes, they can do the same thing, try to jam and get away from the guy and disrupt it that way. Believe it or not, we are.
Last week?
Oh, last week. I don't know. I didn't see the game last week. I couldn't tell you. However, it is, as I said before, it looks like we have 4 defensive linemen, but we don't. We have 3 defensive linemen, and we have a walked up backer. So really, anytime that backer blitz, anytime Dallas Turner is applying pressure, by the rules of the defense, that technically is a blitz. We only have 3 guys. We bring a 4th guy almost every play. Technically, we blitz every play. Safety blitzes are dangerous.
Do we have speed enough to do it?
Yeah, we've done it. Malachi Moore is technically a safety. But they've done some things where they'll run a safety into A gap. I don't know if they've done it this year. I haven't paid that much attention, but we have done it in the past. But you got to pick and choose your spots, because if you're going to bring a guy from 10 yards deep and he doesn't get home, yeah, you have to be very judicial with blitzes, right? Because and there's different categories, right? So if I got 4 guys, if I actually have 4 linemen, it's not a blitz if I bring 4, right? A blitz is when I bring 1 extra guy. But let me draw this up. What if I got the line here? We'll say this is Dallas Turner, who's an outside linebacker, and I have a backer.
It's Florida. It's never rains longer than 20 minutes.
Yeah, they'll probably have to warm back up. So there are blitzes that look like this, right? I can bring these guys. It's 5. And then we have what are called simulated pressures. And we actually ran one earlier, and we got the sack on it. Simulated pressure is I want to blitz a guy, but I don't actually want to give up a zone, right? So I can bring a guy off the edge and drop this guy into coverage, right? So we call this a simulated pressure because it looks like I'm blitzing, but I'm actually replacing him. And, the safety might drop down here, and then we pop a guy off. And then you have, so keeping it in the 4-down world, we can bring 0, which is not a pressure. We can bring 5. We can bring 1 and what I call a half, 1 and pop 1 out, which is net 0, or we can bring 6, right? And something like this. This is hot. If I bring 6, somebody's open. It's just math. Yes. Somebody, you can't, right? Math. You can give 5 receivers out, and I've got 6 people in coverage, 7 really. That's why we play 7 on 7. You got 7 people in coverage, and I bring 2 of them. You have to man up everybody, plus the back. Remember, the back is going to be back here, and I got another safety back here, far away.